There are moments in life when everything feels blocked, when every Arabic thought, Arabicrat, Arabicat, Arabicrat, Arabiclat, Arabicat, 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 Arabicat is even possible. If what you're hoping for is even possible. You make dua, you put in effort, yet the outcome remains unseen, and slowly doubt begins to whisper, telling you that maybe this is beyond your reach. But what if the limitation is not in your situation, but in your trust? Because when a heart truly relies on Allah, it begins to see beyond obstacles, beyond delays, beyond what seems impossible. What looks like a dead end to you is never a dead end for the one who controls everything. When you place your trust completely in Allah, you are no longer relying on your own ability alone, you are relying on the one for whom nothing is difficult. And in that level of trust, doors open in ways you could never imagine, paths appear where there were none, and what once felt impossible begins to unfold with ease. There are times in life when fear quietly settles into your heart, when you look at your situation and it feels too big, too complicated, too far beyond your control. You start to measure everything based on what you can do, what you can see, and what seems realistically possible. And in that mindset, many things begin to feel impossible. Your goals feel distant, your Arabic dal, Arabic tain, Arabic alif feels unanswered, and your Arabic kaf, Arabic lam, Arabic ba begins to carry a weight that grows heavier with every passing day. But the moment you truly begin to trust Allah, something shifts within you. The definition of what is possible starts to change. True trust in Allah is not just something you say with your tongue. It is something that settles deep within your heart, something that shapes the way you think, the way you react, and the way you see your circumstances. It means you no longer limit your expectations based on your own Arabic kaf, Arabic dal, Arabic tap, Arabic tap, Arabic tap, Arabic tap, Arabic tap, Arabic tap. And that changes everything, the lens of Allah's power, and that changes everything. Because what is impossible for you is never impossible for Him. Many times the reason we feel overwhelmed is because we are relying too much on ourselves. We look at our resources, our abilities, our current situation, and we try to figure everything out within those limits. And when the problem is bigger than what we can handle, fear begins to take over. But trust in Allah removes that limitation. It reminds you that you are not alone in your struggles, that you are not the one controlling the outcome, and that there is a higher power managing every detail of your life. When this understanding becomes real in your heart, fear begins to lose its hold on you. It doesn't disappear completely, but it no longer controls you. Because even when you feel afraid, there is a deeper belief within you that says Allah is greater than what I am facing. And that belief gives you the strength to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear. There is also a sense of relief that comes with true tawakkul. Because you no longer feel the need to carry everything on your own. You still make effort, you still plan, you still try your best, but you are not burdened by the need to control every outcome. You do what you can and you leave the rest to Allah. And in that surrender, there is peace. This does not mean that your problems disappear instantly. It means that your relationship with those problems changes. Instead of seeing them as impossible obstacles, you begin to see them as tests, as Arabic mim, Arabic rat, Arabic alif, Arabicat, Arabicat, Arabic lam in your journey, as situations that Allah is fully aware of and fully capable of resolving. And that perspective allows you to approach life with more calmness, more patience, and more clarity. There will still be moments where doubt tries to creep in. Moments where your mind starts to question, where you wonder how things will work out, where the waiting feels long and the outcome feels uncertain. But in those moments, true trust means bringing yourself back, reminding yourself that Allah's plan is not limited by your understanding. That just because you cannot see the solution does not mean it does not exist. Sometimes the solution is already on its way, but it has not reached you yet. Sometimes things are being arranged in ways you cannot see, in places you cannot imagine. And if everything were revealed to you all at once, you would realize that nothing was ever truly impossible. It was only unseen. Trusting Allah also changes the way you make dua. Your Arabic dal, Arabic tain, Arabic alif becomes more hopeful, more sincere, more confident. Not because you are certain of how it will be answered, but because you are certain of who you are asking. You are asking the one who has no limits, the one who can change hearts, situations, and outcomes in an instant. And when you truly understand that, your hope increases, your fear decreases, and your heart becomes lighter. There is also a Arabic noon, Arabic wa, Arabic teen of strength that comes from this level of trust. A quiet strength that allows you to stand firm even when everything around you feels unstable. You are not easily shaken by delays, not easily broken by difficulties, because your reliance is not on temporary things. It is on the one who never changes. This strength is not loud. It does not need to be seen by others. It is something you feel within yourself, a sense of stability, a sense of grounding, a sense that no matter what happens, you will be okay because Allah is with you. And that feeling is more powerful than any external success. As your trust in Allah deepens, you also begin to let go of the need to understand everything. You become comfortable with not knowing how things will unfold, because your focus shifts from the how to the hucha. You stop asking, how will this happen? And you start believing, Allah will make it happen in the best way. And this shift removes a lot of unnecessary stress from your life, because many of the worries we carry come from trying to figure out things that are not meant for us to figure out. When you trust Allah, you accept that some things are beyond your understanding, and that is okay, because they are not beyond His control. There is also a beauty in realizing that what seems impossible today can become your reality tomorrow. Situations can change quickly, opportunities can appear suddenly, and doors can open without warning. And when that happens, you look back and realize that what you once thought was impossible was simply waiting for the right moment. This is why trust is so powerful, because it keeps your heart steady even when your circumstances are not. It keeps your hope alive even when things seem uncertain. It allows you to continue, to keep moving, to keep believing, even when you cannot see the full picture. And slowly, as you continue to trust Allah, you begin to see changes not just in your situation, but in yourself. Your mindset becomes stronger. Your Arabic kaf, Arabic lam, Arabic ba becomes more at peace. Your reactions become more balanced. You stop panicking at every difficulty, and instead you approach challenges with a sense of calmness and faith. You begin to understand that nothing is truly impossible when Allah is involved. That the only real limitation is in how much you trust Him. And the more you increase that trust, the more you open yourself to possibilities that you never thought could happen. There are moments in life when you look at your situation and it feels completely beyond repair, as if nothing could possibly change it. You try to calculate every outcome with your mind, you measure every possibility based on what you see in front of you, and everything points to the same conclusion. This is too difficult, too complicated, too far gone. And in that state, the heart begins to shrink. It begins to accept limits that were never truly there. But the reality is those limits only exist from a human perspective. When you bring Allah into the picture, everything changes. Allah's power is not bound by the rules that limit us. We think in terms of time, effort, and gradual progress. We believe that big changes must take a long time, that complicated problems require complicated solutions. But Allah does not need time the way we understand it. He does not need resources the way we depend on them. When He wills something, it happens in a way that goes beyond logic, beyond expectation, beyond what we could ever plan. This is something the mind struggles to fully grasp, because we are used to seeing cause and effect. We are used to believing that for something to happen, there must be a visible process leading to it. But Allah can create outcomes without the process we expect. He can open doors without the usual keys. He can change situations without the steps we think are necessary. And this is why relying only on what you see can be misleading. Because what you see is only a small part of the reality. Sometimes the situation you are in feels completely stuck. No progress, no change, no sign of improvement. You begin to think that maybe this is permanent, that maybe this is how things will always be. But what you don't realize is that change can come suddenly. A single moment, a single decision, a single opportunity can shift everything. And that moment is always within Allah's control. There is also a deeper lesson in understanding Allah's unlimited power. It teaches you to stop underestimating what is possible. Not because of your own ability, but because of His. It reminds you that no matter how broken something seems, it can still be fixed. No matter how lost something feels, it can still be found. No matter how fast something appears, it can still be brought close. This understanding changes the way you approach your problems. Instead of feeling trapped, you begin to feel hopeful. Not because you see a clear solution, but because you know that a solution exists, even if it is hidden from you. And that knowledge brings a kind of comfort that nothing else can provide. There are many examples in life where things change in ways people never expected. Situations that seemed impossible suddenly become possible. People who felt stuck suddenly find a way out. And when you look at those moments, you realize that they did not happen because everything was perfectly planned by humans. They happened because Allah willed it. This is why it is so important not to lose hope, even when everything seems against you. Because the moment you lose hope, you close yourself off from the possibility of change. You begin to accept limitations that are not real. But when you keep your hope alive, when you continue to believe in Allah's power, you keep that door open. It is also important to understand that Allah's power is not just about changing situations, it is also about changing hearts. Sometimes the biggest obstacle is not the situation itself, but the people involved. Their attitudes, their decisions, their actions, and these are things you cannot control. But Allah can. He can place understanding where there was none. He can create softness where there was hardness. He can bring people together in ways you never expected. And this is why turning to Allah is so powerful. Because you are not just asking for a change in circumstances, you are asking the one who controls every detail of those circumstances. You are asking the one who knows what is hidden, who understands what you cannot see, who is Arabic Kaf, Arabic Alif, Arabic Dal, Arabic Ra over everything. There will be times when the delay makes it hard to believe this. When you feel like nothing is happening, like your situation is not changing. But delay does not mean inability. It does not mean that Allah cannot change your situation. It simply means that the right time has not come yet. And when that time comes, the change can be faster and more complete than you ever imagined. This is why patience and trust go hand in hand. You trust that Allah has the power to change your situation, and you are patient while that change is being prepared. You do not rush the process. You do not lose hope. You do not assume the worst. Instead, you hold on to the belief that something is being arranged, even if you cannot see it. There is also a kind of freedom that comes with this belief. Because you are no longer trapped in the limitations of your own thinking. You are no longer restricted by what seems logical or realistic. You begin to understand that reality itself can change, that what seems fixed is not actually fixed, that what seems impossible is only impossible from your limited perspective. And as you continue to strengthen this belief, you will notice a shift within yourself. You will start to approach life with more courage, more confidence, more calmness. Not because you are certain of the outcome, but because you are certain of Allah's power. You will begin to take steps that you were once afraid to take. You will begin to make decisions with more clarity. You will begin to face challenges with a mindset that says, this may be difficult, but it is not impossible. And that mindset alone can change the way you experience life. Because when you truly understand that Allah's power is beyond all limitations, you stop placing limits on what can happen in your life. You stop assuming that things will always stay the same. You stop believing that your current situation defines your future. Instead, you begin to live with a sense of possibility. A quiet confidence that no matter how things look right now, they can change. That no matter how difficult the path seems, there is a way through it. That no matter how heavy the burden feels, it can be lifted. And that belief becomes a source of strength for you. A strength that carries you through difficult times, that keeps you going when things feel uncertain, that reminds you again and again that with Allah, nothing is ever truly impossible. There are moments when your mind becomes your greatest obstacle, when doubt quietly begins to take over your thoughts and slowly shapes the way you see everything around you. You might be doing everything right on the outside, making efforts, staying patient, trying to move forward, but internally there is a voice that keeps questioning, what if this doesn't work? What if things never change? What if I'm hoping for something that will never happen? And the more you entertain these thoughts, the heavier your Arabic Kaf, Arabic Lam, Arabic Ba begins to feel. Because doubt does not just stay as a thought, it slowly turns into a belief if you allow it to grow. But when trust in Allah becomes strong, when it becomes something deeply rooted in your heart, that entire mindset begins to shift. The same situations that once filled you with doubt begin to feel different. Not because they have completely changed, but because the way you see them has changed. Instead of focusing on uncertainty, you begin to focus on possibility. Instead of expecting the worst, you begin to hope for the best. And this shift from doubt to certainty is one of the most powerful transformations a person can experience. Certainty does not mean that you know exactly what will happen or when it will happen. It does not mean that you have all the answers or that you can see the future clearly. It means that you are certain about Allah, certain about His wisdom, His timing, His Arabic kaf, Arabic dal, Arabic rat, Arabic ta. It means that even when things are unclear, your trust remains clear. Even when the outcome is unknown, your belief remains strong. This kind of Arabic Farsi ya, Arabic kaf, Arabic Farsi ya, Arabic noon brings a calmness to your heart that doubt can never give. Because doubt is always restless. It keeps your mind moving from one negative possibility to another, never allowing you to feel settled. But certainty grounds you. It gives you a sense of stability even in the middle of uncertainty. You may not know what will happen next, but you are at peace with the fact that whatever happens is under Allah's control. When your mindset is based on doubt, every delay feels like rejection. Every difficulty feels like a sign that things are not going to work out. Every closed door feels like the end of the road. But when your mindset is based on certainty, those same experiences take on a different meaning. A delay becomes preparation. A difficulty becomes a test. A closed door becomes protection or redirection. This does not mean that you stop feeling emotions. You will still feel sadness, frustration, even moments of confusion. But those emotions do not take over your entire state, because underneath them there is a steady belief that Allah knows what He is doing. That belief acts like an anchor, keeping you grounded no matter how strong the emotional waves become. One of the reasons people struggle with this shift is because they are used to relying on what they can see. They want clear signs, immediate results, visible progress. And when those things are not there, doubt fills the gap. But certainty requires you to go beyond what is visible. It requires you to trust in what is unseen. To believe that just because something is not happening right now does not mean it will never happen. This kind of mindset is built over time. It grows through experiences where you see how things unfold in ways you did not expect. Moments where you realize that what you once feared actually led to something better. Moments where you understand that the delay you were frustrated with was actually protecting you or preparing you. And every time you reflect on those moments, your certainty becomes stronger. You begin to trust not just in theory but from experience. You begin to say to yourself, Allah has taken care of me before and He will take care of me again. And that thought alone brings a level of peace that doubt can never provide. There is also a strength that comes from certainty. A quiet strength that allows you to continue even when others might give up. Because your motivation is not based on immediate results, it is based on trust. You are not waiting for everything to be perfect before you move forward. You move forward because you believe that Allah will guide your steps. This strength also protects you from overthinking. Because when you are certain, you do not feel the need to analyze every detail or predict every outcome. You are comfortable with not knowing everything. You are comfortable with taking things one step at a time, trusting that each step is leading you somewhere meaningful. Certainty also changes the way you make dua. Your Arabic dal, Arabic tal, Arabic tain, Arabic alif becomes more focused, more sincere, more hopeful. You are not just asking with words, you are asking with a heart that truly believes. A heart that knows that Allah is listening, that He is capable, that He will respond in the best way possible. And even when the response does not come in the way you expected, your certainty remains. Because you understand that the answer to your dua may come in different forms. It may come as something you asked for, something better, or even as protection from something harmful. And knowing that keeps your heart at peace. As you continue to build this level of trust, you begin to notice a change in your overall mindset. You become less reactive, less anxious, less controlled by your circumstances. You begin to approach life with a sense of calm confidence. Not because everything is easy, but because you are not relying on everything being easy. You understand that life will have challenges, that there will be ups and downs, that not everything will go according to your plan. But you also understand that none of that changes who Allah is. None of that reduces His power or His mercy. And that understanding becomes your source of stability. You begin to realize that doubt was never helping you. It was only making things heavier, more complicated, more stressful. But certainty simplifies things. It brings clarity. It allows you to focus on what you can do and leave the rest to Allah. And slowly, as this mindset becomes stronger, you find yourself becoming more at peace with your journey. You are no longer constantly questioning, constantly worrying, constantly fearing the worst. Instead, you are moving forward with a heart that trusts, a mind that is calm, and a arabaikrat, arabaikwa, arabaiket that is connected to Allah. Because when your mindset shifts from doubt to certainty, you are no longer limited by fear. You are guided by faith. And that makes all the difference in how you experience every part of your life.